Black Triangle Technologies presents True Tech Crime, EP02, The Target Breach. If you shopped at Target between November 27th and December 18th of 2013, there's a real chance your credit card information was stolen. Not hacked from some database after the fact. Not caught in a phishing email. Stolen. In real time. The moment you swiped your card at the register. 40 million cards. 3 weeks. Every Target store in America. And the people responsible got in through an air conditioning company in Pennsylvania. This is the story of the Target breach, one of the most audacious retail data thefts in history, and a masterclass in how one small vulnerability in one unexpected place can bring down something enormous. To understand how this happened, you need to understand what Target was in 2013. Not a small operation. Not a company cutting corners on security. Target was the second largest retailer in the United States. Over 1,800 stores. More than 300,000 employees. Annual revenues approaching $74 billion. They had FireEye, one of the most sophisticated threat detection systems on the market, monitoring their network around the clock. They had a dedicated security operations center in Bangalore, India, staffed with trained analysts. They had a cybersecurity team in Minneapolis. By every standard measure, Target was a well-defended company. But there was a gap, a small one, hidden in the most unexpected place. Fazio Mechanical Services was a heating and air conditioning contractor based in Sharpsburg, Pennsylvania. A legitimate business. Decades of experience. They'd been servicing Target locations for years, maintaining HVAC systems across multiple stores. As part of that relationship, Fazio had been given remote access to Target's network. Standard practice. Vendors need connectivity to monitor equipment, submit billing, manage service requests. Nothing unusual about it. But Fazio was a small business. Cybersecurity wasn't their specialty. Heating and cooling was. Their computers ran basic free antivirus software. Their employees weren't trained to spot sophisticated phishing attacks. And someone was counting on exactly that. In early November 2013, a phishing email landed in the inbox of a Fazio employee. We don't know exactly what it said. We know what happened next. The employee clicked. The malware that installed itself on that Fazio computer was called Citadel, a credential-stealing Trojan that had been circulating in Eastern European cybercriminal networks. It worked silently. No pop-ups, no slowdowns, no signs anything was wrong. It just watched, logging every keystroke, capturing every username and password as the employee typed them, including the login credentials they used to access Target's vendor portal. By mid-November, those credentials were in the hands of the attackers, and those attackers used them to walk straight into Target's network, as if they belonged there. Once inside, they didn't rush. That's the thing about sophisticated attackers that most people don't realize. They're patient, methodical. They move slowly enough that automated systems don't flag them as unusual. For days, they mapped Target's internal network, learning the architecture, identifying systems, finding the pathways between different parts of the infrastructure. And eventually, they found what they were looking for. The point-of-sale systems. The software running every card reader at every checkout lane in every Target store in America. On November 30th, 2013, they deployed their weapon. It was a piece of malware called Black POS, custom built for exactly this purpose. It embedded itself into Target's POS systems and waited. And when a customer swiped their card, in the brief millisecond before that data was encrypted for transmission, Black POS captured it. Card number, expiration date. The security data stored on the magnetic stripe. Everything needed to clone a card. or use it online. Captured. In a moment so brief you'd never notice it happening. Black Friday arrived. Millions of shoppers, completely unaware, swiped their cards. The malware harvested the data in real time, encrypted it, and quietly staged it on a server hidden inside Target's own network. Then, periodically, it pushed that data out to servers in Russia and Eastern Europe. This happened every day, for 3 weeks, through Black Friday, through the weekend, through Cyber Monday, through the entire holiday shopping season. And here's the part of this story that is genuinely hard to believe. Target's security systems saw it happening. On November 30th, the exact same day the malware was deployed, FireEye's detection system triggered an alert. The Security Operations Center in Bangalore flagged the intrusion. The alert was escalated to Target's cybersecurity team in Minneapolis. The team received the alert and chose not to act on it. Exactly why that decision was made has never been fully explained. Some accounts suggest the sheer volume of alerts meant this one was buried. Others point to unclear escalation protocols. Whatever the reason, the card data kept flowing out of Target's network for 3 more weeks, while the security team's own tools were screaming that something was wrong. The breach wasn't discovered by Target. It was discovered by the United States Department of Justice on December 12th, after federal investigators noticed an unusual spike in stolen card data appearing on underground criminal marketplaces, all traceable to a common source. They called Target on December 13th. When Target's security team investigated, they found the malware still running, still harvesting. 3 weeks after the first alert had fired, they shut it down. But the damage was already done. 40 million credit and debit card numbers, 70 million customer records, names, addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, all of it already sold, or being sold, on criminal forums across the dark web. Cards were listed for $20 to $135 each, depending on the card type and available credit limit. Buyers purchased them in bulk, cloned them onto blank cards, and started spending before the banks even knew the breach had happened. If you shopped at Target that holiday season, your card was almost certainly in that data set. And if your bank called you about suspicious charges in early 2014, now you know why. The fallout was swift and severe. Target's CEO, Greg Steinhafel, a 35-year company veteran, resigned in May 2014. The CIO followed. The company faced congressional hearings, class action lawsuits from affected customers, regulatory investigations from state attorneys general across the country. Target paid $18.5 million in settlements with 47 states. They paid $67 million to Visa, tens of millions more to MasterCard and individual banks. Total breach-related costs exceeded $200 million. Some analysts put the total economic impact, including downstream effects across the entire U.S. banking system, at over $1 billion. And Fazio Mechanical Services, the HVAC company where it all started, they faced no charges, no fines. They had done nothing illegal. They were a small business that got phished. In a world where small businesses were getting phished every day, and almost nobody was paying attention to what that actually meant. The Target breach changed things. The U.S. retail and banking industries accelerated the rollout of chip-based card readers, the little gold square on your card that replaced the magnetic stripe as the primary payment method. The chip makes RAM scraping attacks like Black POS significantly harder because the data captured at the moment of transaction is far less useful to an attacker. Target itself spent hundreds of millions rebuilding their security infrastructure. They created a dedicated CISO position that hadn't previously existed. They overhauled their vendor access management entirely. Congress held hearings. New frameworks emerged for how large retailers should manage third-party vendor access to their networks. An industry changed because of one phishing email sent to one HVAC company in Sharpsburg, Pennsylvania. Here's what this story means beyond the headlines. If you're an employee, this is a reminder of something important. The email you click at work isn't just your problem. That click can become someone else's crisis. Your employer, their clients, their partners. Cybersecurity training at work isn't box ticking. It's the difference between a normal Tuesday and a breach that makes national news. If you're a business owner, Fazio Mechanical wasn't negligent in any legal sense, but they were connected to something much larger than themselves, and they didn't know it. Every vendor relationship, every third-party access point, every service provider you give network credentials to is a potential entry point. Not because of what they have, because of what they can reach. The attackers didn't want HVAC data. They wanted what the HVAC company's credentials could access. Supply chain attacks have exploded since 2013 because the target breach proved, at massive scale, that the most valuable targets are often best reached through the least protected doors. Whether you swiped a card at Target in 2013 or you're running a business in Westchester today, this story is relevant to you. Because the email that started all of this looks exactly like the ones landing in your inbox right now. Follow Black Triangle Technologies on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for new true tech crime stories every week and the lessons they carry.